greetings from SEMS and a very good evening to everyone present here. I, Lakshmi, would like to start this international webinar on personal branding at workplace at 4 p.m. So, personal branding in the workplace is about strategically showcasing your skills, expertise, and value to your employer and colleagues. It involves building a strong professional reputation that highlights your unique contribution and career goals. This can be achieved through effective communication, networking, and demonstrating your value through exceptional work. A strong personal brand can lead to increased visibility, career advancement opportunities, and a greater influence within your organization. Coming to SEMS, SEMS Welfare Foundation is a registered non-profit organization which is dedicated to social impact across various sectors. We focus on education, particularly skill development and entrepreneurship. Through our initiative, Digi Saksham, we have created training programs in IT, finance, retail, and entrepreneurship, impacting over 6,000 individuals. We are currently upskilling inmates in Haryana jails and collaborating with universities and colleges. We have also partnered with banks to place over 1,500 candidates in job. In just a short time, SIMS has established itself as a force for positive change, equipping individuals with skills for employment and promoting women leadership in various industries. So coming to our collaborating partner, so we have two of the partners who is collaborating. So one is Digi Samaksh, which is a company that empowers businesses through data and technologies. We offer a wide range of services, including IT, software, data science, research, consultancy, data analytics, and marketing. And now the other collaborating partner is SEMS Web Solution, which is actively involved in providing placements and admission supports. So now, yes, as we all know, today we have our keynote speaker, Miss Madhulika Chaudhary, ma'am. So a hearty welcome to you. A little brief about her is she is a self-motivated, sincere, and hardworking professional. In a span of 25 years of her career, she has majorly worked in content creation, digital creation, graphic designing, marketing, administration, and education. So currently working as an assistant professor at Symbiosis University of Applied Science, Indore, in the School of Digital Media and Marketing since December 2021. In the past, she has worked with companies like Traden, Damodar Ropeways Private Limited, Devas Terrat. Yes. She has worked with few companies like Phoenix International, which is in Noida, I Energizer Noida, Asian Adventures Noida, then oil extractions, which is in Indore. So also as the founder of her proprietorship firm, Ad Best Digitally Creative Solutions since 2013. A very passionate and creative person and good at implementing marketing strategies, branding, and team management. Also helps brand define their voice and tells the story through the power of copywriting, content writing, strategic planning, video protection, social media, and much more to add on to help and also help them to connect with their audiences. So with this brief background in social media marketing, has an extensive experience in conceptualizing creative strategies and developing digital campaign for multiple industries, including real estate, hospitality, tourism, and travel verticals. Now, again, I would take this opportunity to welcome our guest of honor, Miss Madhurika Chaudhary, with a hearty round of applause. So, ma'am, now it's over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such an elaborative introduction. That is so nice of you. So I just wanted to know the background of the audience which we have here. Are they all member of your organization or they're working professionals? Just a brief this thing. If I could have just 2-3 lines about the audience.
Ah, yes, ma'am, sure, ma'am. So, few of them are from working professionals in colleges, so they are all professors.
Oh,
And
okay.
others are all, others are all working here. No, others are all working in some other companies too. And of course, few students will also be there, few college students will be.
Okay, okay. Good. So, let us start today's session. So, personal branding. And for today's topic, we will learn about, what is a personal brand and why you need to brand yourself. Then, what does a strong personal brand look like? And what makes up your personal brand? And key strategies to building a powerful personal brand. See, we all are human beings and we all are unique in our own way. But today's world is जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. I mean, that is the phrase which we call in Hindi कि जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. So definitely to make your presence around, in the hearts of the people, you have to influence people. And how you can do that? So we'll just have a look at the slides which says that you can do that when you have a brand, it's a promise that you make and are known for keeping it the person who you are and who you are trying to influence. So basically what knowledge you have. So knowledge means what are the degrees you possess, whether you are a graduate, postgraduate, or your specific sector knowledge. Basically, if you are a professor, so you are professor of which stream, what you are doing in that, and then skills. So skills is basically how good at you are implementing whatever knowledge we have. If I see the youth today, they have basically they do not have a focused attention. They are very distracted, plus they are jumping, and they are into a herd race, if I say that, because somebody is doing MBA, so all are doing MBA. Somebody is doing medical, all are going into medical, all are going into engineering. So basically, we should know what we want to be, what skills we possess, and what we should take care of our thoughts also, because it should not be that you're saying something and you're doing something. So your action should align with what knowledge and skill you want to project and what you want to be known as, because that is how people you. If we do not know a person, and how do we perceive? So we perceive them through their appearance, how they're looking. We perceive them through their degrees, because if we go into a job place, the first screening would be the your resume, and your resume will be having your percentage, your soft skills, your hard skills. Plus in the first interaction, the person would know your attitude, what kind of attitude you have. And in today's world, a lot of reference check is happening through social media also. So people are going through your LinkedIn profiles, they're checking your Facebook profile, they're going through your Insta profile, or maybe your portfolio, which is available. Like if you talk of engineering students, there are some websites wherein they need to have their presence on those, like what kind of project they are doing. So basically, you are known by your knowledge, your skills, and your thought process. So thought process can be negative, thought process can be positive, process can be optimistic, it can be pessimistic, or a happy person or sad person. So there are various qualities which I'll show you, how you can look into yourself, what kind of qualities I possess in a behavioral and cognitive science. Then you should be self-aware. Okay, whenever we are talking about ourselves, so you have to know your limitations also, your excellence also. I mean, do your SWOT analysis. What are your strengths? What is your weakness? What are the areas where you can improve? If you know where what are your weaknesses, and then once you are aware, then tell your story with your life. So basically, when you interact with people, you should know your three qualities which are best, your degrees which are best, when you are communicating with people, or whenever you are giving the interview also, or when you are interacting. So people, they're inquisitive to know what are you doing, where are you from, what are your educational background, and then what are those three best qualities which sets you apart, then networking. Networking is also very important in today's scenario. How you are, like if you are at a job place, how is your relationship with your juniors, with your seniors, and are you a misfit in the organization, or you take everyone along with you in the organization? So there are many things which we have to take care when we are working in a professional environment, because when you have a brand, as I said, it's a promise that you make and are known for keeping the person who you are and or you are trying to influence. So what are the benefits if you're branding yourself? If you have followers with you, if people know you, if they are kind of they you build trust around you. You have more lead generations, you win more people, and of course you earn more, because when there are we have scales, average student, a good student, best students. So similarly, when you are branding yourself, when you are telling about yourself to the people, so you there are chances that people will follow you, people will vote for you, people, and maybe your popularity can help you to earn more money also. And social media presence, as I said, you should highlight your competencies, and whatever you are posting on social media, whatever action you are doing, not only in social media, in your everyday routine also, everyday discipline also. So what are your competencies, what are your actions, what are your achievements, and what are your expertise? So you should always have your LinkedIn profile which talks about your skills, which talks about your knowledge, which talks about your experience, and of course which talks about the skills which you have. And definitely it sets you apart from the crowd. It helps you to establish credibility and trust, and a strong personal brand can open up new opportunities and career advancements. And this is so very true. I would like to share my personal experience like my career journey with you all. I started as a graphic designer, and I started my career with Indian Express, and that was in year 1996. And because I was married and we were shifting from places to places, so I was adopting to every place. And then I worked in Germany. I like my basic core skill is graphic designing, so I've been like that is my passion also. So basically I'm following that, and along with it, I was teaching at times. I was working in various companies as we were shifting to different places. But a place was never a problem for me. Wherever I went, I was offered a job without looking even at my CV. So that was a luck, or maybe I was presenting myself. I was confident, and I was always speaking the truth. That is a very quality which we should do, because there is no point in faking. People come to know if you're faking. People come to know if you're lying. The other person knows what are you trying to portray. So basically, personal branding, it sets you apart from the crowd. It helps to establish credibility and trust, and a strong personal brand can open up new opportunities and career advancements also. And that is so very true. Like I was in corporate all my life. For 25 years I was in corporate, and then I thought I wanted to work with youth. So that is how I we have a skill university in Indore. So I was invited for a session with them, and then they asked me, would you like to go for a visiting faculty? Then I started with visiting faculty, and eventually I because I was enjoying with students, I used to I thought I'm contributing to the society. Being a professor, it's a very noble profession, and you feel you are doing something for the youth. So that is how I was taken as a full-time faculty in the Symbiosis University of Applied Sciences Indore. And so let's come back to the branding. We all know who was if I talk of Mahatma Gandhi, so he's known for, if we say non-violence automatically we think of Mahatma Gandhi, truthfulness, simplicity, humility. So we can see, like, he possesses all the qualities like, humility, courage, empathy, leadership, forgiveness, tolerance. So at once, like, when we talk of these qualities, we know that we are talking about Mahatma Gandhi. Then Elon Musk, like all of you must be knowing, like, he's a visionary. He's very innovative. He takes a risk, like, he's making some kind of space in industry, and then Tesla became so famous. He has entrepreneurial spirit, long-term thinking. He has charisma, multidisciplinary expertise, social impact, So he is like, one of the richest person of USA. Then Rishi Sunak, we all know, like, he had a good in-depth knowledge of finance, then leadership skill, communication skills. So basically, they all have created a place for themselves in the society wherein people vouch for them. Like, if we are talking of Rishi Sunak, he is that type of person. So personal branding is all about, like, when a person talk about you, what he is talking about you at your back. So that is the branding, like, we should be having. So your brand should be authentic. Then, it has to be focused, differentiated, well understood, consistent, widely known. So these are the qualities of a strong brand. So if we talk of Apple, so Apple is a trusted brand. It stands for quality, authentic, and it differentiates itself through its products. It is well understood, and it is consistently and widely known. So Apple is a strong brand which has made presence in the consumer's mind. So basically, if you are a visionary, and if you want to create your brand, you have to have a vision. You have to have a goal, like, because until unless you have a, like, I always ask students, like, what do you want to be after 10 years, like, in your life? So some students are blank. They said, we never thought of, like, after 10 years. So basically, we should be very clear what we want to do in life. At least plan for 3 years or 4 years, because every step forward will lead you to upskill yourself, because upskilling and multitasking has become inevitable in today's scenario. So we should be upskilling ourselves. We should have goal for ourselves. Then personality, basically, because if you have to influence others, you need to have a personality which can influence others. Then value, you should know, you should have a value proposition, in the sense that what all qualities, if people are banking on you, whether you are able to impart that or not. Then commitment, then what will distinct you from other people, and then persistence. So basically, creating a goodwill for yourself. So when we work on our personality, when we work on our knowledge, when we work on our thought process, especially our mental level, physical level, that means we are working on our personality, and we are doing something good to ourselves, and basically, like, influencing others also, because your action has an impact, maybe in family, maybe people around you, in your friend circle. So what are those brand elements which will stand you out? So just some examples I have given here, like, do not be a generalist. I mean, don't follow the herd. Become a specialist, choose a domain, and go deep into it. If you're interested in painting, then master that art. If you're interested in digital marketing, master that art. Don't be like, have a 50% knowledge. Like, if we talk of people like Sachin Tendulkar, Amitabh Bachchan, I mean, they are national level heroes, but we can be hero in our own organization. We can be hero in our home environment. We can be hero like for our students, or we can be hero in our organization also. Just doing little things, like, and if like Kapil Sharma, the kind of comedy he has done, like, there were many comedians, but Kapil Sharma has created his own name. Then add value to others. So illustrate how you add value to others' life through your unique skills. Like, Harsha's Bhogle is like, he's a very good commentator, and people love to hear him. Then build visibility with public speaking and storytelling. Means basically make your presence felt, and because, while storytelling, you can establish authority, build trust and loyalty, and get people emotionally involved. Like, for example, there is a movie called Padman, and how he uh, took out that problem, like, he spoke for that problem which was not even spoken in the public yet. And to make a movie on that subject really needs guts, like, but it's a beautiful movie, like, how it advocates about hygiene and resonates deeply with the audiences. Then collaboration with, yes, somebody wants to share
Any
anything?
queries? So I see Mini Jane is her mic is unmuted. So Jane, do you have any queries?
Someone has a query? No, I think that was my
I
mistake.
don't think so, ma'am. Yes, you can
Yeah, yeah.
continue.
Okay, okay. Collaboration with influential people. We can take a Q&A session in the end. So, expand your network by ensuring both parties contribute value, fostering successful collaborations. Means whenever we are working in any organization or we are working in any field, so we should be networking with influential people also, because you get to learn something, anybody who knows more than you, if you collaborate with them, definitely we learn, and we learn from younger people also, we learn from elder people also. So create a strong network. Then of course, when you face with failure, be ready to reinvent. Like, it's hard to believe they didn't succeed. Look for new opportunities. I mean, if we talk of Prajakta Kohli, I don't know if people know her. She was a radio jockey, and from being a RJ to she became content creator, and then she did a movie also. She became actress, like, in Mismatched and Juk Juk Jio. Then continuous improvement. So basically, work on your skills, embrace hard work, persistence, and continuous practice. Like, if we talk of A.R. Rahman and Vishwanathan Anand, they are world champions. A.R. Rahman is known for his music, and he started so young. And moment you listen to the music, it's A.R. Rahman. So identify role models in your chosen field. So, like, if I'm a marketer, I should be knowing about Philip Kotler. I should be knowing about Neil Patel, or I should be knowing whoever is doing, like, good digital marketing and what they are doing in that particular area. So because we can draw inspiration from them, like, and we can uh, follow that, and, like, we can learn about from them. Then earn credentials, of course. Like, best example is Mr. Anand Kumar from Super 30. Like, he continued his educational mission by giving lectures at Harvard and Stanford, and being featured on the Discovery Channel also. So the kind of work he did, like, is world famous now. Then, of course, express empathy and humility, because these qualities earn respect from others. We should be empathetic, and naturally we should be humble and human. Like, we should possess humility also. Then take care of mental and physical health. Now, this is very important, because, in today's job scenarios, everybody is overworked. We need to perform, like, we have a lot of competition at the workplace. And then if we want to be a long-term player in any field, like, so we need to be physically fit and mentally fit also. And for that, we should have a good routine. So the framework is basically: have your story, have your skills and experience, know about yourself, look inward and find out what you are good at, what you are passionate about it, how you're behaving in pressure, how you are behaving in, like, when you are met with some challenges, how you are taking those challenges, and then how people perceive you, what kind of image you are creating of yourself, then what you stand for, qualities like honesty, and qualities like committed, then qualities like, discipline, and then, so basically all the qualities which people can value in yourself, like, and how you're communicating. Communication is again very important, because there is no point, where you are speaking.
Ma'am, Adolika, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. So guys, I think she has some network issue. So she would be joining soon. I would request everyone here to please hold on for 5 minutes.
So I'm extremely sorry. There was a network break. Just let me share my screen.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm extremely sorry. There was a break. Yeah, the
Got it, ma'am. No, not an issue.
Okay, so we were like how you hone your story. So basically, in your life, what are the three major achievement you should be, like, you should know about that? What are your three major achievements. And then what are you passionate about? How does this translate into work? Because if you're passionate about something, then your work doesn't become work, like you do not it doesn't become boredom, it doesn't become like burden on you. You enjoy it, you look forward to it every day. There is a purpose, like even when you're going to your workplace, you're happy about it, you're working, like we had a second Saturday off, but still I wanted to make the corrections in evaluation, and then I went there and then I came back. So basically, you should be passionate about whatever you're doing. Then what are your values? So top 10 value exercise. I'll be just sharing one very beautiful document shared by PricewaterhouseCoopers, wherein if you do that exercise, you'll come to know more about you, So do a strength and experience audit. Do you live your values? How does your behavior reflect what's important to you? Sometimes our behavior may be like we don't want to do it, but still we are cranky at times, we are annoyed, and sometimes we follow a pattern and that becomes our habit. Sometimes you don't even know whom you are hurting, and you don't even realize what kind of words you are speaking and what kind of impact it will have within your family, outside your family, and with the people around you. So live by your values and how assess yourself basically. Then, of course, your CV. Sometimes, we update our CV only when we have to apply for other jobs. But I feel you should keep on jotting down, what all you have achieved. In today's environment, online, due to online certification, it has become so easy to acquire knowledge of whatever field you want to acquire knowledge in. Then please check your social media presence. Like, nowadays for referral, social media presence is very important. If you want to, apply for interstate or like in any big companies, so social media, you should have it, but then again, not spending too much of time on social media also. Then weave in your stories when talking to people. Get out there, do town halls, speaker series, use executive language, dress for the role you want, not the role you have. So basically, these are the qualities which reflects your personality. So this is like, how you can create your own sketch, like 5 steps. It like position, platform, promote, photo also. It's very important, and then partnership, whom you're collaborating with. So this is just a sketch which is very popular. And then a personal brand outline. Key associations means where you're working right now, what are the skills and knowledge you possess, what is your appearance, and then beliefs or values, personality traits, strengthen passions, interests, characteristics, so many things which we never jot down. So basically, we should be knowing our own self very well instead of so there is one more screen I would like to share. So just a sec, please. Now this is a very interesting workbook wherein wherein we can identify basically how to improve ourselves. Okay, so what is your brand? So basically it's a reputation. So you have to step up and stand out. So how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you identify your unique skills? What are your X factors? What is the Y factor? So define your X factor, what is your Y factor, and eliminate your Z factor. So how do we do it? So this is a very wonderful exercise given here. I'll be sharing this file with Lakshmi later. But still, if those who would like to I'm just giving a demo sort of thing. So this is a personal brand workbook. So unleash your super skill. You should be, because the strong brands, they know what is their strength. So as a person, you should know what is the strength and how you can make it, how can improve it. So it's a three-step process: document, distill, and validate. So what are the strengths that others acknowledge me, in me? Then when working on a team, what roles do I seek to fulfill? So these are the few questions which you should answer. When faced with an overwhelming obstacle, what are my go-to skills to overcome it? Okay. What was the most successful project I have ever tackled and what made me successful? Like here, if I talk about, I did not have any background of logistics, but I was doing branding for one ropeway project. And when I was doing that branding, the company said, why don't you look after this project? So that was like, I said, no, I'm a computer person, though still the company said, the people said, no, no, ma'am, you come for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. And you won't believe, I said, okay, I'll come 2 days in a week. But then I ended up working every day regularly over there. And I really learned so much about ropeway, the trolleys, how do they work and what is the system. And 7 years I worked with them and I really enjoyed. So basically, it was a challenge which I took, and then I call that as my successful project, that is the most successful project I have ever tackled, and that made me successful. People know around because I had to talk to the bottom people, people like masons and laborer, and then here I was talking to the collector, SDM, and SP, and everybody because I was the communicator also. I was the general manager, so I had to communicate with each, top officials, say the bottom ones also. So that gave me a lot of learning, that really, how to empathize with laborers, how to, if an officer comes with the ego, how to handle. So I learned a lot over there. So that was my successful project. And that is how I landed it up in Symbiosis also. Then, what was the most important team role I ever fulfilled and why? So this is basically documenting what all, qualities you have. Then distill. So when you introspect, then you can answer the questions like, what strength and skills came up over and over again. Like, were you confident, or you were good in communication, or you took the challenges very confidently. So those are the qualities, what strength and skills, came up. You were good in writing letters, or you are good in interacting with people, or you were motivating people, you were a role model for them, and then you are doing good PR, or you were good in branding, you were good in marketing. So various skills, whatever your skills you possess. Then which are my motivating skill, the skills that excite me. You should be knowing, what is that particular thing which, maybe you are a person who would like to work on computer, or you are a person who like to talk to people, or you are a person who would want to be gain expertise in a particular skills, because there are various areas, then what are my burnout skills, the skill I have mastered but would rather not use every day. This happens, we are good at people, we are good at some skill, but we cannot do it every day, then which strength and skills are going to be most helpful in achieving my career goals? Of course, now this is very important. How do I upskill myself? Like if I'm a BBA, I need to do MBA, I need to do PhD if I'm more interested in studies, or whether I would like to take up some job instead of doing MBA, or I would be happy doing some job, because even if you're doing some job over the period of time, you become master of that particular job. But naturally, for promotions, we need degrees also. Then what skills are missing? What skills would I like to build but have not had the opportunity to practice? So just to work on yourself. Then, so based on the responses which you have written, which you have documented, so your top 5 strength you can write. What these are your super skills. Then you might use words like creative, relationship creator, or make the complex simple. So the kind of qualities. Then you can start validating with your self perception with feedback from others. Means validate, because when you take feedback, people will validate, yeah, you have those skills. So would they agree with your assessments? Means you have to ask whether whatever you have documented for yourself, do they agree that this is correct? So you have a couple of options. Option one, post the following to your Facebook wall. Okay, so this was for PWs. You don't need to post it on your Facebook wall. But strength one, strength two, strength three. So what do you think are your greatest strengths? So, or ask your friends or professors, because if you ask on Facebook, people will reply over there, and maybe you don't want to do it a public exercise. So basically, it's better to ask friends and other, in your community, what they think sets you apart from others. So because, this will help you. And you could do this in person or via email or social media, if you choose email or social media, you can also consider setting up a free and anonymous survey. You can do also survey also. So conquer your weakest points. So basically, when you do the assessment, you can find out where you are weak or where you are like good, and then like how you will if you are stressed out, how you will overcome that. So basically, you can document. Then what makes the, reflect on your last 12 months of your life to answer the questions below. Okay, so basically, whatever changes happened, were they good changes, or living arrangement, or loss of financial security, or loss of whatsoever. So here also you can grade it, if like you could place a check mark next to see if it was in your control, and place check mark next to, oh, if it was out of your control. So whatever changes happened were in control or were out of control. So basically, now this exercise will help you to realize. So distill means, things that can cause you stress, late to class, unprepared, overcommitting, people pleasing, money management, conflict management. We go through so many day-to-day problem, we know that we have to reach by 9:30, but still we'll be late in the class. So how can I improve that? Or maybe unprepared, and because unprepared, that will lead to anxiety again. Overcommitment. We say, okay, we'll go. Sometimes we overcommit to our children only, evening we'll go for a shopping or something, and we are not able to do it. So these are very little things, but if you improve on that, overall quality of the life improves, when you manage your money, when you manage the conflict, when you learn to manage the conflicts also. So things that other people do that annoy you, being late, gossiping, not pulling their weight, sloppy work. So there can be so many things, so these are so how do you validate, so if you are means, prevent or mitigate those stresses that cause chronic or repeated stress. So address 80% of the stressors in your life. So talk with friends to share best ideas on stress reduction. Go online to find sites that focus on stress reduction. Check out the stress save. So basically, distill the negative, whatever is causing hindrance in your day-to-day life or routine. So try to improve that, so these are some, sleep, naturally we need 8 hours of sleep. Go to bed early and 50. So these are some method. Maybe you can adopt yoga, you can do exercise, and go to gym, then take fresh air, deep breathing. So many things are given here, wherein you can apply to remove the stress from your life. Okay, then make a commitment to yourself. Okay, then, so this was, regarding your discipline, regarding your day-to-day life, understanding your strengths and how to distill the weaknesses, whatever is causing stress in day-to-day life, how to remove that from your life. Then what is your why factor? So why factor is, your values. It is your personal compass, it provides direction for your choices and behaviors. So it's a three-step exercise. So basically, identify your 5 values. So what are the values? So they have given a personal, they have given so many qualities here, So almost more than 50 qualities are given here. So you can write them down, and you can give the rank them. Okay. So once you rank here, list your top 5 values here and rank them. Okay. So definition, you can define your top 5 values and then align them and then validate them. So this is, your passions, what can make your life, unleash your passions. What would I do with my summer if money weren't an issue? What are my favorite activities? Why did I choose these particular university studies? What type of people am I drawn to? What volunteer activity do I find compelling? So basically, this will help you to know deeper, deeper, our in whatever we have in our mind, then distill, was there a connection across responses? Am I connecting my passions with my studies and career goals? How can I pursue a volunteer activity that's in line with my passions? Okay, so this I'll share with Lakshmi, and Lakshmi can share you, what is the purpose, where you want to be in your life, after 10 years, how you want to be known. So, journey back to the future, I enjoy, I will. So this is how this is a wonderful exercise. So those see, sometimes people are know what they want, but sometimes we are confused. We don't know what we want, and we are confused, like what whether we are going in the right direction or not. So this is how, examples are given, like what are the skills, example one and example two. So different examples are given, like skills are relationship building, like collaboration. So these are the strength also. Here in example two, it is managing people, teaching and coaching. Then values, respect, excellence, discipline, caring for others, generosity. And here example two, may it is the values are teamwork, winning, competition, optimism, growth. Then the example one, the person is passionate about animals. Here the person is passionate about sports and entrepreneurship. So basically when you go through this, so you can find out that, welcome, basic, you can check, basically, how impact you can create with these qualities, check websites and phone or tablet application for opportunities based on interests, causes, needs, skills and locations that are in alignment with your, like I'm a, suppose I'm a professor also, not suppose, I'm a professor, and then I have lot of interest in bird watching. So what do I do every day? Because when we say we don't have time, we don't have time. But what I did, I aligned that with my walk, morning walk. So morning walk, I go for a walk, and after walk, like during my walk only, I can see so many birds, and those birds have become part of my daily routine, because if I don't see that particular bird at that particular place, I remember her. Oh, I today I didn't see that kingfisher sitting on that pole. Or we have a lot of peacocks around us. So the day they are not there, I'm like, I did not see that peacock today. And sometimes I sight two peacocks, sometimes three, sometimes a whole family, so it becomes interesting, and my day starts at a very positive note. Then in college also, there is a cat. So it every day comes on my window where my cabin is. It sits there, and then every day she used to come at lunchtime, and it comes every day. So I've started taking milk for her. So it's a very small activity, but then because I'm an animal lover, I love nature, I love like bird watching and everything. So it gives me a lot of satisfaction. So work is fine, but every day I'm adding some happiness to my life. Then I'm a yoga lover, so I do yoga. I make it a point that I do meditation for at least 5 to 10 minutes. So those little things you should know about you, what makes you happy, rather than worrying a lot about future. Because future is not in our hand, but present is in our hand, and we definitely we should try to impact people with our positivity, create an aura that help others and value others. This is how we can, help humanity in certain way. So this is a long, this thing, I think if I read it, it'll take a lot of time. So I would appreciate, I'll share with Lakshmi, she can share with everybody. And so this is from me. I hope you enjoyed the session. And if anybody has any question, we can have a, if I can answer, if anybody has some doubt or some questions, because we are running out of time. I mean, it's 4:51. Yeah, somebody
Madam,
has.
hello,
Yes, yes, sir. Hello,
madam.
sir.
You have said about X factor, Y factor, and Z factor. Y
Yes.
factor values you have said. What is X factor?
X factor is like, sir, your strength and
Weakness.
no, huh, yeah, exactly. The strength which you possess, which will
Okay.
set you
And
apart.
Z factor?
Z factor is like, removing all the negative qualities which pulls you back. Maybe
Oh,
sometimes we are lazy, sometimes we are very like not in discipline. So because we do not follow the time schedule, there are some like all of us has some kind of weakness which can, which doesn't help in growing further. So those are the X factors. So once I
Z,
share,
Z factor.
yeah, you'll come to know that. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. I have got good comments like, our passion make our work interesting and lively, definitely. Our present makes our future correct, and we can learn anywhere and anytime from anyone. That's also correct. Yeah, yes. Thank you so much.
One more question.
Yes, sir.
What is the best idea for stress reduction?
So for stress reduction, so what is your age? I would like to know your age first, if you don't
72.
mind. Oh, 72. Then best is meditation.
Okay.
Because,
How,
uh,
how much time meditation in the
Med-
morning?
meditation in morning. First of all, if you are able to do walk, morning walk is best. And
Yes,
after,
I walk for 5 kilometers
oh,
every day.
wonderful, sir. You must be very fit. So
Mhm.
walk, and then you can align that with some bit of stretching and meditation, because meditation calms you down. Deep breathing, when we do the deep, people say the more you जितनी लंबी सांस उतनी लंबी उम्र, ऐसा बोलते हैं. तो जितनी
Energy.
energy.
Oxygen intake.
Oxygen intake, definitely. So
Yeah. Okay.
deep breathing increases oxygen in your nervous system, and it helps you to like, basically it helps you to live longer. Yeah,
Okay.
live longer.
Thank,
Yes.
okay. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank
Oh, thank you so much. I am so happy to read these comments. Like, the session was good, wonderful session, very informative, wonderful
Even I
experience.
have a small doubt to ask you.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Ma'am, as we are an assistant professor, so sometimes there'll be two classes and sometimes there'll be three classes. But during like a very high time, it is possible to take four classes as well. So I want you to just suggest me in between, like how can we just cope up for the next class? Like we'll be having 5 or 10 minutes duration of a break. After that, we are supposed to take four classes continuously. So if you would please suggest me like how to get fresh within 5 or 10 minutes so that we can take the another.
Yeah. That's a very big challenge for us also. Sometimes even like, we have to take 4 to 5 classes in a day. And the best is what I do is like I drink a lot of water, right? Because that energizes me.
Okay,
Then,
ma'am.
yeah. And then, have some activity wherein you are not continuously speaking, but you are asking students to do something. Like in our case, we are a skill university. So every day there is an exercise which student have to do themselves. They have to do it on a pen and a paper. So that is a little breather in between. And
Mhm.
I think I munch something like, I'll keep a lychee in my mouth, the cardamom
Okay.
or a long.
Uh-huh.
But that's a good thing. Otherwise, it becomes very boring. So I munch
Yeah,
some
ma'am, we'll get exhausted, ma'am. Sometimes
exhausted.
it is really
Yes.
difficult, ma'am.
It is very difficult to we become exhausted, and at times like it is tiring also. So you have to stand, you cannot sit in the class like
Yes,
we
ma'am.
I can't sit. I mean, I can't sit. So basically I give them
Same here, ma'am.
exercise.
Even we are not supposed to sit.
Yeah, we can't sit in the class. So, and
Mhm.
but do exercise like I'm already 55, and
Mashallah. Mhm.
yeah, thank you so much. I'm 55, but that morning walk and my meditation keeps me up for the day. And I come home by around 7 o'clock in the evening, 6:30 or 7. Then I take a nap.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
again the second inning begins.
Okay. Fine, fine. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank
It
you
was really informative, ma'am. Thank
so much. Any other question? If somebody has any question.
So, ma'am, I think there was one I think you have already answered. So, the same question was how to reduce stress.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you have already answered to it.
Okay, okay, yeah.
So, can I know if any questions are there from audiences here in Zoom? soon, please.
Stress management is very important. Otherwise, you forget to
Yes.
live the life. To take out time for your family, like work-life balance. There is no work-life balance as such. Even I am not able to follow because I work from home also. But fortunately, my daughters have grown up. Both of them have grown up, so it's easy for me to work from home also. Otherwise, please follow a routine. Please follow a discipline because then life becomes easy. Then life becomes easy. Getting up at the same time, sleeping at the same time, and cooking because we have to take care of all these things like while working also. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, very okay. So, yes, on behalf of organizing committee, I would sincerely thank Miss Madhurika Chaudhary, our outstanding speaker today. So we had such a very nice, fascinating thoughts by her on the conversation on how to build our personal brand at workplace. So it was very insightful, and the key points which we could take away from this session is like how do we build our brand, and like this can be done by developing trust and being more active on the social media pages with our updated skills, and also on like building brand like authentic, like being authentic, well focused, committed, and obviously value based too. So now this can be done by conducting a SWOT analysis. Also, we can build up own personal brand, and very skillfully, Miss Samadrika Chaudhary ma'am had given the differences between the XYZ factors, and also on how to manage the stress by following some techniques like meditation, then chewing something.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, very nice and informative and enthralling session. Likely, I would want all the participants here to follow our YouTube pages, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn pages. And thank you once again. And please free to join us on the upcoming